showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I'm your host, Tommy, and joining me is my main man, Mr. Mikey, also known as the Apex Man. And Mr. Mikey, ready?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right? Right? I mean, what did we expect after the two games that we played against them this year? It's a division opponent. You know, the Bills, once again, just like in game one of the series, shot themselves in the foot over and over and over. Like, I will tell you, if we play like that next week, we will not win regardless of who we play. We have to be better than that. Lewis, what's going on?
Yeah, what's up, Lewis? Appreciate you popping in. This is actually my little buddy right here from work. So
you can't believe they lost? Really?
Yeah, he's a Dolphin fan. He's a Dolphin fan.
That's fine, but
yeah,
I mean, that defense kept them in the game. That they were the Dolphins. You know what they have? They had 231 total yards. You know, first downs. What? They had 16 first downs in the game, and I think they only had 6 going into the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, Triggs, I'm with you on that. Oh.
Yeah. So here's the deal. So I would say overall, you know, just like the first game that Miami did beat Buffalo, we beat him in almost every category. The only thing I would say that today was a little difference is turnovers. I thought the Dolphins played really well defensively in this game. I thought they had a good scheme going for a little while. They brung the Dolphins in both games this season, they really did affect Josh Allen on that blitz. It was weird because we kind of had an answer early on, just like the first game, where it's like, oh, go ahead and blitz Allen. You'll just and then during the game, as the game went on, it seems like we got lost in our ways, and Dolphins kind of did what they had to do, but still brung the heat, and we made stupid mistakes like Allen fumbling the ball, right? When the offensive line not holding up.
Listen, Allen needs to secure the ball better, but he had his back to the guy and got crushed. Why didn't Singletary clip him on his way out?
I don't know.
Ran right by him.
Allen could have got rid of the ball to Singletary as well.
He couldn't have. As he turned, he got hit. If you go back and look at that,
yeah, I have to watch it. I'd have to watch. Romo said he could have, but I have to watch the replay. I everything I'm saying now is just on remembering the play.
Yeah, from what I remember, he had his back to him as he was coming. Singletary didn't clip him or chip him on his way out. And then as Josh turned, the guy hit.
I briefly, like I said,
and then Josh tried to shrug him off.
I'm trying to replay the game. Yeah, I'm trying to replay it in my head. But I got to say, like, either way, though, you know the Dolphins are a blitz-heavy team. You know that's what they do, right? They've done it. There's like, this isn't like anything new that they brung to this game against us. So the fact that we weren't prepared for that or didn't have an answer kind of bothers me a little bit. Allen also is a little responsible. We can't put it on Dorsey on that. Allen could audible at the line. He could change plays. He could see the blitz coming.
He has two plays. He has a pass play, he has a run play. That's it.
Yeah. But I mean, you got it, but you got to read it better then. You got to do something. There's a way out. There's always a way. Or call timeout. I'm just saying, if you don't like it and you feel like it's coming, listen, he has that power.
Dorsey needs to put him in. Listen, Josh is a competitor. Dorsey needs to put him in a better position. I think that's the difference between Daboll last year and Dorsey this year. And I'm not banging on Dorsey because Dorsey had some great play calls today. The difference was Josh trusted what Daboll called more than what he's trusting of Dorsey. I truly believe that.
Yeah, that's probably reasonable considering it's his first season calling plays. But Allen's not a rookie anymore.
Nope.
Okay. We can't always point the finger at the one guy calling the plays. There's also execution, right?
Oh God, yeah.
There's also that we're going to get to.
There's
Right?
a good chance that Singletary's supposed to chip him on his way out, and he just didn't.
Okay, so there's one. We also got, which we're gonna get to, many drop passes. That's not on Dorsey.
No,
right?
but
That's not on Allen. We got Allen interceptions. That's not on Allen, right?
No, that was on execution. That was on Beasley. That was on Brown.
Right? That's what I'm saying. So, like, you gotta also, you can't always. I think we're too quick. Some people are too quick to point the finger at one.
But
person.
You refuse to put any blame on.
No, but that's not true.
You are
that's
a
not
Dorsey
true.
apologist.
That's not true, though.
Yes, that is true.
Every time I always say you can't just point the finger at one guy. You can't just say it's always.
No, but
I'm saying
let's go to that. After we get the ball back, we're up by 3. We go bomb.
Yeah, that was that. I agree.
That's situational.
I'm good with that. I 100, 1000% agree with you. Why? Like, I don't mind the first deep pass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but why would you go to it? Not only go to it again, but go to the same play. It wasn't even like, okay, now we're gonna go to Diggs on the. You know what I mean? Then I still be upset with it, but at least I say, damn, okay, they went twice, but at least they changed the route. They went, to Knox deep or Diggs deep. You know what I mean? Or Brown deep. But instead they went to the same play. And it's like, why would you do that? Right. And now you're putting us in a 3rd and long. And it's disastrous. And look, and then, by the way, the pocket collapsed on Allen all day long. Every time he went to take off.
It's the way they play. It's the way they're playing him. They're spying him, and then they don't push too far deep, and then they try to collapse down. Yeah, no, I'm kind of with them on that one. You are a Dorsey defender at all costs. Not that you don't get mad at him, because if anybody saw,
I think. Well, you know what though, I do. Come on, let's be real here. I think he does get a little bit too much criticism. You all can say what you want, how I feel about him, and that's cool. But y'all do criticize Dorsey way more than Dable should have ever. Dable didn't criticize. I'm like, what the hell's going on? I'm just saying, like, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. I'm not saying just you. I'm saying the whole season for a top 5 offense, considering all the facts that we need to take in, it kind of upsets me. It does.
You know what
it's kind of BS.
I honestly think we look at, the Shanahans and the Andy Reids and the McVays and, the Paytons. And we just like, I'd love to see Josh in an offense that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would love to see Josh in an offense like that. And we have to remember, we don't have that head coach either. Those guys are all the head coaches and the play callers.
That's right.
I mean, Mike McDaniels is an offensive guy. And although I like some of his schemes, he has horrible situations at times. Right. Who knows how much Dorsey's limited by what McDermott wants to do. Josh had on that bomb and Dorsey's defense on that bomb, Stephon Diggs was running wide open across the field and he threw it deep.
Right.
So it's an execution and a thing. But there are situations where I think where Daboll took things out of Josh's hands and said, gave him instructions of what to do. I don't think Dorsey's doing that. It's a situational thing.
I can agree. I can agree with that. Like I said, I've never said Dorsey's never to blame and he's the perfect OC. 100%. You know me. I text you back and forth going, what are we doing? Why? Well, I don't understand. 100%. I agree with you. But at the same time, I also feel like he does a good job. And I feel like sometimes Bill and Mafia is a little bit too much to point the finger at.
And we might be, because let's be honest, Alpha Rob here is correct. If Knox catches that touchdown and Shakir doesn't drop that ball, it's a blowout. And we're not even talking about it.
Yeah. No, okay, so let's break the game down real quick, because I'm glad you brought that up. So let's rewind. Let's go backwards, guys, in time if we can. So we're up 14-0 at the time. I think this is the play, right? Of Knox dropping, and we go up 17 instead of 21. So instead of going up 21, we go up 17. Then we kick the ball. What do? Kick the ball out of bounds. By the way, it's his 3rd time this season, Tyler Bass. Right? The game so instead of going up 21, right? Now we're up 21-0. If Tyler Bass doesn't kick the ball out of bounds, who knows how that game starts to start to go. Instead, settle for 3, kick the ball out of bounds. And it just seemed like from there, mistakes were like happening over and over.
Yeah, Andy comes in and says, I don't give a fuck. And well, what anyway says about Dorsey, we won, so shut the fuck up. It wasn't pretty.
Thank you, Indy Ray.
Did we win? Hell yes. Stop whining about winning. But you know what? It's the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you win. And
Thank you, Indy Ray.
Yeah, we were texting like this back and forth in the game. As frustrated as I was at times, win by 1, win by 100, doesn't give a shit. Just win.
100%. But you all know what we do. We come on here. We got to give you
gotta say the good and the bad.
Exactly. Got to give both, or we would just be. This would be a quick ass show. It'd be like, damn, the Bills are rock. We rule. That's a win. See you guys Monday. And then it would be like, whoa.
We'll break down what we liked, what we didn't like, what we'd like to see. Because at the end of the day, the Bills are one of the most talented teams. They're just inconsistent.
Yeah.
And they shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over. And it's frustrating shit.
So back, like I said, so when we rewind, we're up 17, right?
So then
Tyler Bass, right? Then they go and they score.
The third time this year he's done that.
Right. Unacceptable. That's what I'm saying, guys.
What the hell are we doing? Right. Why are we calling that same freaking play over and over?
Are you blaming the special teams coach, by the way, on that? Or is
it depends. Was he supposed to kick it out of the back of the end zone? Or was he supposed to kick it on the ground?
It was so out of bounds, Mikey. It wasn't even like it was like, you know what I mean? I could say, okay, if he's trying to pooch it in the corner a little bit, you know, because I've seen him do that, but that thing was way out of bounds. And that's the third time that I've seen him where
I love
it wasn't
that we
even
won.
close.
I get you, Indy. I love that we won. But we just said we came on here and said we're perfect, it wouldn't be a show.
Yeah, you got to listen to it. And we're going to give you good. We always give you good.
Oh, God, yes.
Which we're going to get to
really good in this game.
Yeah. Indy, I love you. So, you know, I appreciate you coming on.
I don't agree with that. We got to him quite a bit today.
Oh, we did get we got a few sacks. We're going to get to the stats in a minute once we start. So how the game unfolded, right? So, Mikey, so we're up 17-0. Then we give up an easy 3 because of a stupid kick, right? 17-3. The 17-3 turns into 17-6. Still in control. Right? And then we do a turnover. Right? Now the game's slowly turning. And before you know it, we had to kick a field goal just to take, what, it was 3-point lead into halftime? Right? And then we come out.
Okay, so let's stop at that one right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go down, you know, we try to get extra points, right? We then have to punt because we went deep to Shakir. He dropped it. We have to punt. We give up a big punt return. They kick a field goal.
50 yards. Yep.
At that point, we had already started to see the tide turn. This is where I wish McDermott would be a little bit more, read the room, situational awareness.
Yep.
We're up. Just kneeling the ball. He goes back and he throws it. Interception. They score touchdown. Then he's like, okay, I'm going to go again. And he starts chucking it down the field again. Like, at some point, read the freaking room, coaches. Look at the momentum back and forth. Like, we could have just kneeled on the ball, taken a lead into halftime, which we did anyways.
Yeah.
But we let them back into that game.
I got to say, too, McDermott in the playoffs, or even not even play. Let me just rewind. McDermott under pressure, McDermott under like games that are close, games that are like playoff games or games that are like really down to the wire or getting like, you know, McDermott tenses up, he calls these stupid timeouts, right? He did it like twice in this game where play clock's running, dude,
play clock's running out on them, not us, dude.
Right. And he did it again later on in the game, right?
He did it on a third down. And he did it on a fourth down.
It's like he gets a little like you could see it. He gets tense and he's.
I think it's at 13 seconds, man. I think it's at 13 seconds.
I don't know what it is, man. But McDermott has to start to just come on, man. Get yourself just like you want your players to be. You got to be right. Allen makes a mistake. All right, man. You know it's cool. Like. Get back to coaching. Like you said, read the room. Right? Understand what's going on, man. Don't get so worked up. Don't freak out all the time. Don't call unnecessary timeouts. Don't call unnecessary challenges. Bro, I swear to God, Mikey, I was so scared he was going to challenge that one. And I was like, please, God, no. Please.
It was close, but I think
the Waddle catch.
It was call on the field.
No, but he definitely caught the ball.
Well, because I don't know who's up in the box, telling him to challenge stuff, but
it's never good. Yeah. But now I do want to get to some good. So, Mike, you got the stats pulled up?
I do got the stats up. What are we looking for? What are you looking for? You want to look at team stats?
Let's start with the quarterback. Let's start with the quarterback who made some errors today. Not all his fault, but go ahead.
No, not all his fault, but he did make some bad decisions.
It wasn't his best game.
It wasn't
his worst.
It was probably a B. It was
I'll give him a B. I'll give him B minus.
He was 23 of 39, 352, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Okay.
4 carries, 20 yards, and then he had the fumble that was returned for a touchdown. He was sacked 7 times today.
Wow. See, I didn't even look at that. Wow. See, that's wild.
He was hit 13.
Now, see, listen, that's on the O-line.
Not always.
Not always.
Josh ran into a few of them.
He did, but a lot of it also was on the O-line. A lot of it. But I agree.
O-line impacts.
Yeah, I agree.
Picking it up.
I agree.
Yep.
And the Dolphins are blitz heavy. They are a blitz heavy team.
Now, Skylar Thompson, on the other hand, was 18 for 45, 221, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times, hit 11.
Okay, see, I would have. I'll tell you what.
He also got rid of balls like 4 or 5 times at the last second.
At the Matt Milano one.
A couple of Matt Milanos. He had one that was Boogie Basham. He had one that was Tron Johnson. Yeah, I agree. I still felt like we should have put a little bit more pressure on him throughout the game. We did. I will say this. It was more pressure than we're used to against the quarterback. We're missing Jordan Phillips in the middle, though.
Exactly.
He's a big piece.
He is. And obviously no Von Miller. But that being said, the Dolphins also were missing people. And we're not here to give excuses. Yeah. I am just saying I did see the Bills put a little bit more pressure than they normally do. They sent more linebacker blitzes, which I was totally happy with. Yeah. And but I think they should have put a little bit more pressure. It seemed like when we put pressure on him, that's when he made his most mistakes. When you know what I mean? When he was quick to throw the ball away or out of bounds, or we got home a lot, But either way, it wasn't the greatest performance. I didn't think it was the worst performance by him. But, man, I got to say, man, he has weapons, man. Hill and Waddle are a problem. Waddle did not play good. Hill played what Hill does, right? Hill's very fast.
Yeah, Waddle dropped 1. He dropped 1.
A big
the other ones that they said that were dropped were really just good plays. One by Tron, one by Trey.
That was
the ball was actually underthrown by Skylar Thompson. They allowed Trey to make up. You know what? I saw some burst back in Trey today. It was nice.
It was nice because he got beat on that play and he got back to the ball, hit the ball back. Who made? Kyer Elam made a hell of a play at the end. Who was that on, by the way? What receiver was that?
Cedric Wilson.
Because he also,
Cedric Wilson.
Oh, that's right, Wilson. Okay, hell of a play. By the way, can we give a golf clap or just can we get a dog by Kyer Elam?
Kyer Elam, who sat out almost the entire first half, came in because Dane got hurt, which Dane was getting abused.
Chat, what y'all? Come on, can we get some claps in the chat?
Can we get some love
for Kyer Elam? Can we get some dog or some chat? Yeah, some claps because it's about time, man. Listen, cool, Dane Jackson. I like him as a rotational guy. I'm cool with that.
I like him more as a depth guy.
That's right, a depth guy. But come on, man. Come on, coaches.
Oh, there we go. We got a dog.
Elam deserves that spot, man. Let's do it. Frazier, McDermott. It's enough, man. We've seen enough. Elam Elam can hold it. He's going to make some mistakes, but he ain't going to make over and over and over like Dane. By the way, I have to say, what the hell with the Hill 3rd and 19 catch? Where was Dane Jackson going?
25 or 27 yards in zone coverage.
He looked like he was still running, Mikey, the opposite way. Like almost like there was another hill.
One of two things happened in that play. A, it was a cover 3, and he had that zone back there, and there was a post, which means that either the safety was supposed to come down and cover Dane's zone, or Teron was supposed to, and they didn't. Or he just misread it and was 25 yards downfield and allowed a third and 19.
This is why we gotta watch. This is why I gotta go back and watch. Like
this is why I watch cover 1, because they
we're not even cover 1
and tell me
that ESPN Plus coaches camp thing.
Yep,
that's where you can kind of see what for yourself in a way.
I go back and watch that, but then I go and I watch a lot of cover 1 at the same
time.
Yeah,
they'll tell you, because I am very curious.
Break it down.
Boy, was he running the opposite direction, and I'm like, it was wide open. Yep. Wide open, bro. And it seemed like, I'll tell you what, though, Mikey, last week it drove me nuts. Were you on last week when I talked about the Patriots game or no?
Yeah. Wait.
Okay.
I wasn't. I was at Without Power.
Right. So what drove me nuts last week was the receivers for the Patriots were so wide open. Like nobody around. And it seemed to be, again,
early.
Right, early. Like, even Waddle should have had the catch. He dropped it wide open. Hill wide open. But I tell you what, you saw the difference when Elam came in. A little bit more stickier defense. Trey White obviously is getting his mojo back. You can kind of see him getting his speed a little bit back, right? Elam playing a little bit more aggressive on the ball, which is good. Dane Jackson I don't know if he's that guy, man. I don't think he is. And the coaches, I don't know when they're going to see that. Yeah, Benford too, man.
Benford is already on the 53. He was inactive today.
That's correct.
Depending on how bad Jackson is, I can see an Elam and Benford rotation. I love Benford. Benford is also one of those guys who is physical. See, that's what I loved about Elam's play today. When he came in, he was physical, whether he was on Tyreek, whether he was on Waddle or Cedric Wilson.
Yeah,
he was
physical
with them.
You got to play. Listen, you got to jam them up at the line.
Trey played better too when Elam came in the game.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? I thought Trey like matched Elam's intensity.
Yeah. Yeah. By the way, I'm glad that he brought that up. I told y'all I had a feeling. And now it's not official. He hasn't been, McDermott hasn't said.
Yeah, I heard that he may not play next week either. They're talking about AFC.
That's what I heard, but that don't read into. You never know how practice goes. I think it's all up to the doctors.
Said it. I didn't hear it from McDermott.
I didn't hear it either. All I heard from what if you listen, when I did that, when I talked about this months ago, I told y'all that the window. I think it's all going to boil down to if the doctors give them thumbs up. I don't think I that's all it's about, man. At the end of the day,
but Marlowe played really well in his absence.
He did. He had the interception. Thank God that we've been calling for him.
Since we wanted him. We wanted him to be like we loved Hamlin, and I do, and I absolutely. When Hamlin's there, I think he should be the replacement. However, I think he should be Hamlin should be the replacement for Poyer's position.
Correct.
Not for Hyde's position. Marlowe is more of a Hyde position replacement.
Right. Yep. I agree with that.
I think Marlowe and Poyer also are communicate a little bit better because they have more time on tasks. They have years together. To where Hamlin was still learning that. Hamlin is gonna be a really good player in this league if he comes back. And from all signs from Hamlin, seems like he's gonna come back, which is awesome. But once he gets back, he seems like he's a guy who can be good in this league and in our defense. But man, Marlowe was such a insurance signing.
Came up with a huge came up with a huge play. So I have a thing I like and didn't like, and it's the same guy, and it's the same thing. I don't understand if this is an Allen thing, a Dorsey thing, or just everything combined. But Diggs, what do you have? 100 yards in the first half.
Almost. He had almost 100 yards in the first. He had 6 catches, 90-something yards in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, he had 1, and he had zero targets in the second half.
Right. Unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I need to know.
They started doubling him. And that's why you saw Beasley get open. That's why you saw Davis get open. Shakir had a good game.
I'm glad you mentioned a couple guys because these are a lot of guys that will get a dog award. Can we say, listen, guys, can we get another clap and a dog for playoff Gabe Davis?
Yes.
Who showed up today? Playoff Gabe Davis.
9 targets, 6 catches, 113 yards, and a touchdown. And he even dug one out of the dirt. This was the Gabe Davis that we thought we were going to see all year.
That touchdown was beautiful too, by the way.
Oh, his toe drag swag. Not only did he get both feet in, he got a third one dragging it.
Yeah. It was by the way, perfect throw too.
Beautiful.
Play. Only where your receiver can get it. It doesn't give the corner has no. Worst case, it goes out of bounds.
So we're gonna go to the dog awards, right? Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's give some. Dawson Knox first touchdown. That catch. The fact that he was even he couldn't get both feet in, so we got a knee in. Dude, Dawson Knox had a good game outside of the touchdown drop. Which, he had a really solid game. He was also really good blocking.
Yep.
He did a lot of the dirty work today. He had 5 targets, 3 catches, 20 yards, a touchdown, and a lot of really good blitz pickups.
Yeah. Yep. So next, I'm going to give it to a guy that I was like, where the hell has this guy been? I don't know about this guy because he hasn't done nothing there. Cole Beasley, who at first I was pissed off about because he did. Maybe that was good defense.
Second half, Cole. What was the difference?
Yes. And I kind of feel like, bro, that move he put on, it wasn't the touchdown one, I don't think. Or maybe it was. The one where he kind of like did a route, like man, dude. Maybe it was a touchdown. I got to go back. I forget. But, man, dude, he crossed this guy over like a crossover, man. He made that dude spin.
Oh, you're talking about on the catch and run?
Yes, the catch and run.
Oh, my
God. That was so beautiful play. Yeah,
and Allen the longest yak I've seen Beasley have in years.
I know. You're right. That wasn't a touchdown. That was up to the 20. He got to like the 23.
That was the yak. And then the next one he caught was the touchdown.
Correct.
He also put a nice little juke move on his guy to get open, to get in the end zone.
By the way, that's Allen and him knowing each other too.
Yeah.
Because he could have went, because I think Romo even said he could have went either way or whatever like that. Like, that's just him. This is them knowing each other.
Expected when him coming back. You know
what I mean?
Hey, we had a great sighting of a Shakir today without McKenzie.
There's another one you have to, except for the one which
3 catches,
right?
Or 5 targets, 3 catches, 51 yards, and that
went up and caught that. Woo.
Yes,
man.
Beautiful.
Oh,
outside of his big 50-something yard drop, he catches that, he's over 100 yards.
I want to ask though, not to make excuses because the Dolphins were dropping balls today too. But you think maybe the sun in that particular part of the field has something? Because it seemed like a lot of guys.
Everybody was dropping the long.
That's what I mean, like
the rainbow ones. It could have been. I don't know. Because
like
that would hit him in the freaking, like, we saw Tyreek drop it. We saw Waddle drop early. 2 of them like that. And then we watched Shakir drop one that they shouldn't have.
Right.
It could have been.
And I'm just asking. I mean, either way, you got to catch it. It's there.
They never gave us a view. Like, sometimes they give you that view up, like what they're looking at. The TV things didn't give us that view at all.
I thought Elam should have made that interception too at the end. Good play with Hill, but he had it.
That's one of those quick twitch ones that is like either you do or you don't. Like, he had it, and then good play by Hill to knock it down.
Kind of bounced off. Yeah, it bounced off him a little bit, and by then
Hill started fighting him, and he just couldn't secure
it. Was a wrap. Yeah, that's a veteran receiver, man. That's what he does. Keeps the Dolphins with the ball,
Buffalo. McKenzie, listen. Well, I actually was really interested to see what we did with McKenzie out.
Yeah.
I love McKenzie. I really do. And I think he has a spot on his team, but I liked the rotation better today without McKenzie in there, with Shakir and Beasley.
I'm torn. I got to be honest. I am torn on that.
I saw more run after the catch without them.
No, I get it, but I'm a little torn with it because we also didn't do a lot of the motions and jet sweeps that we normally do with McKenzie.
Yeah.
Because we didn't, you know what I'm saying? And I like that part of the game. And I like McKenzie's speed out, when we do like certain plays for him.
But we could have
I
done
get
that
what
in
you're
the game
saying.
plan with Hines, and we just didn't
We
put him in the game
can,
plan.
but I don't know if
But we don't
I
do
don't
it
know if
much
he's.
with McKenzie this year at all.
No, I know, I get it. You're right. I don't know what they do. That's a good question. But John Brown was a non-factor.
Yeah.
Right. So you could I definitely and I get what you guys are saying, but I'll be honest with you. I think at this point, McKenzie's earned it over John Brown this season.
Yeah, no,
John
I
Brown's
do. I was talking about just the slot position in general.
Okay.
I liked
Slot.
the
I agree.
I love
Listen,
because
get him out of this.
we had Diggs in the slot, we had Shakir in the slot, and we had Beasley in the slot, and I absolutely loved that rotation they had going there. Because honestly, anytime they wanted to, they could have went there.
I think you stick. I think you keep that. I think you stick with Cole.
Beasley finally got involved, and I think he's going to be a bigger factor moving forward. And who knows? I don't know how hurt McKenzie is. He was limited one day, and then he didn't practice again.
That's true. Well, we got a whole week to,
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it now. I'm just saying if he's healthy,
I
would keep it as Diggs, Davis, Beasley, Shakir, and McKenzie. Just my opinion, but I mean, obviously,
I'm good with that. But I want to see Shakir and Beasley in the slot more than I want to see McKenzie. I want to see McKenzie go more back to that gadget role. And I'm not saying you don't not play him in the slot. You give him some snaps, but I want to see the majority of the snaps go to Shakir and
I want to. I agree. I want to see Cole back at that slot. Actually,
you know what? I hope Dayball and Shane get the W today. I really do.
They're up.
I love those. I know Hodgins already caught a touchdown.
Let me quick say something too. Beside the 49er game, which was close by the way at halftime. Listen, these are all playoff teams, guys. Even for Miami, who was missing guys, these are all teams that are going to come to play. Jacksonville Chargers was down to the wire. Our game was down to the wire. Very rare do games end like the 49ers game, where it's just a total blowout destruction, right? So yeah, man. So I listen. We played sloppy today, but I forget the name. Indy Ray's point earlier. A win's a win. I 100% agree with that because these games aren't easy. These teams are going to bring it all the time. No, I didn't see the play. Did Hodgins catch a touchdown? And I didn't see it. Guys.
Yeah, he has 2 catches, 23 yards, and a touchdown already.
Good for him. Listen, man, good. It is what it is.
I loved Isaiah. I loved Isaiah when we drafted him. I thought I was actually, everyone was talking about, Team Davis, Team Hodgins. I was Team Hodgins. I thought he was going to have a fantastic career with the Bills because I saw him as a big slot.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't stay healthy. And then we brought in other guys, and it was just
that was the problem.
Kumro's special teams over Hodgins' non-special teams, and then Kumro got hurt after he was picked up off the practice squad. But you know what? Now he's getting a chance to play, and good for Hodgins.
Kumro, is he still? He's on IR now, or
he like broke something.
Yeah, jeez. It is what it. Listen, guys, this is football. You can't be perfect. I mean, I know it sucks.
But it helped us bring Beasley back, who had a touchdown today.
Yeah, it is what it is. Get to some. All right, so as far as dog words, we know Stephon Diggs. We know I'm going to give Josh Allen still because he made some clutch passes.
He did have 352, 3 touchdowns.
Exactly. I'm going to give it Devin Singletary. Not that he did a lot, but that end play sealed the game. So just because he ran tough, I'm going to give him that.
All game long. Singletary had 10 carries, 48 yards, 4.8 a carry.
But exactly. I'm just saying that last play was the main focal point for me, at least.
Him and the offensive line. I tipped my cap. You know who else was down there? Shakir pulling him forward.
Oh, one more guy. And he's not even a dog. It's not a dog award, by the way, because he didn't play the best. But, and not many people are talking about it, Spencer Brown for getting that fumble.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Late in the game.
Dawkins got used by Chubb.
Man, late. I mean, dude, guys, listen. If that ball bounces the other way, gets picked up, we might be talking a different story right now. I'm being honest with you. That could have been a game changer. And
but you know what? He's done that a few times for us.
Yeah. And I'm just saying that he hasn't played the best, and I get it. But he was there when it counted. Give us some defense. Give us some defense stats.
Some defense. Okay, Matt Milano, 10 tackles, 8 solo, 2 sacks, 2 tackles for loss, 3 quarterback hits. All pro Matt Milano.
All pro, baby. That's right.
All pro Milano. Sean Johnson, 7 total tackles, 6 solo, 1 tackle for loss, 1 pass deflection, 1 QB hit.
Mr. Consistent.
Boogie Basham showed up.
Yes.
Boogie Basham, 5 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 QB hits.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Oliver, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 3 QB hits. Then you had Tremaine Lane Woods. He missed 1 really bad missed tackle.
Oh, that was
bad.
Other
than that, he was all over the field having a great game. Great
yep.
game. We obviously know about the 2 picks for Elam. We know about the pick for just went blank. Marlowe. Other than that, guys just were solid all the way through and through. Kyer had 2 pass defendants and an interception. He had 2 tackles. Also made a great run stop on a 3rd down on an outside zone. Just threw his body at the guy's legs, and then you didn't see that guy again. He did something to his calf after that. Eli Enko actually played solid.
Yeah.
2 tackles, So
I got to say, Allen and
was quiet.
Because of this Triggs comment. Allen and that dude Wilkins hate each other, bro. That is
hate each other. Well, yes, and Wilkins is dirty.
He's very dirty, and Allen also, not that Allen's dirty, but Allen gets heated, and it was an interception.
He's also grabbed his nuts and yanked.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I know. I'm just saying. So on that play, Allen threw an interception. And I think
Wilkins hit him.
Trash, right?
He ran up and hit him, and then started talking trash. So Allen hit him back, and
Allen actually. I don't think Allen realized how big of Allen's a big dude.
I don't think he cared because you have to remember Allen went after Jordan Phillips.
Oh, he don't care. I know, but he should. You don't want to get in a fight.
Well, not only that, but you put your offensive lineman in back because after that Morris got involved, and then Spencer Brown just took them all to the ground.
I know. And then I was worried for Dawkins. I'm like, he won't give the helmet back. I think you thought he was going to get ejected at one point because I'm like, oh, why does he have? And he wasn't giving it to the ref. I'm like, oh man,
the ref's trying to get him. He's not giving it to him, and I'm like,
it could be a problem. And I don't know how you couldn't really see what was going on in the pile there.
Triggs, yes, that is a great call. He has that Brady temperament. Like when he gets fired up.
Yeah. So I'm saying. Got to be careful. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes that gets the better of Josh.
Mm-hmm.
I love how competitive he is, but he makes so many great plays. We have to accept the bad plays that come with that same.
It's always going to be that way, guys. It's always going to be that way. Always. We're always going to go. Why? Just
go down. But you know what? There's so many times he gets out of that and throws a bomb that hits.
Right, and then we go, and then we love him. Oh,
he hits more than he misses, but he's gonna miss, and you just gotta psycho Josh. Yes, that's what it is. He gets that red, and he just goes nuts.
I haven't heard. Like I said, I'm gonna listen later to his post game, but I'll promise you, Mikey, he ain't happy with his performance. He'll say that. I know it.
Should he be?
No, he's going to say, blah, blah, blah. He's going to point the blame at him, and that's what a starting quarterback does. And he did make some mistakes, but it's a team game. You know what I'm saying? Overall, there was a lot of things that in this game, I think overall, I think if we were to grade everything and special teams, I'm going to say today, special teams are pretty bad. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to say a C- because they gave up a 50-yard punt return. Nyheim Hines almost fumbled a kick return or punt return, I think it was. Punt return. The Tyler Bass kicking it out of bounds. I should give it a D now that I'm thinking about it. That's all really, really bad.
We were sloppy today. Really sloppy. And we still won.
Right. So now the defense, however, second half defense and offense put them in terrible position.
Yes, Grace. It was an ugly win, but you know what?
We'll take it.
Win.
Yeah,
We're
listen,
moving on.
right. Exactly. You don't think the Jaguars win was ugly yesterday? 4 interceptions. I mean, dude, that dude was looking terrible. They were getting smoked.
Are you
they
telling
don't
me
care.
that the Chargers fans wouldn't have been happy if they just got out of there with a win? They wouldn't have cared.
Right.
They would like, it was ugly, but we got out of there with a win.
Right. It happens. But that being said, you got to correct these mistakes. You cannot move forward doing the same things against bet, because now it gets even tougher. You know that, right? Yeah. Now you're on to the next round. So now we either got the Bengals or we got the Ravens.
Jaguars. Nope.
The Jaguars. I'm sorry.
Jaguars.
Bengals or the Jaguars. I'm just saying. So
I'll be surprised if Staley doesn't get fired. I will be surprised if Staley doesn't get fired. Especially with Sean Payton out there. Can you imagine, with that defense and Herbert giving Sean Payton Herbert? Oh my God. Herbert.
But the Chargers are always.
But it's the head coach. It's always the head coach. They don't pay for the head coach.
Their head coach and their coaching staff, maybe in general. Yeah. I mean, maybe they just need it's I don't know. They've seemed to always be shooting, like, just losing games they shouldn't. I mean, honestly, listen, they're a better team than Jacksonville. I'm sorry.
Awful. I'm not going to say Allen was awful. Allen had some boneheaded plays.
Oh, come on.
He also had guys who didn't help him.
Yeah, you got it.
Allen was okay. Allen was 350
he wasn't
yards,
awful.
3 touchdowns, 2 picks, 2 fumbles, which was the 2 picks really weren't his fault. They were on the receivers. And
go back.
And the 2 fumbles were on the O-line.
You got to go back and watch. Like, if you,
it's easy to just say, telling you this and say that guy was bad.
Yeah, me just telling you this and Mikey just telling you this is, I guess, won't do it justice. You have to go back and actually rewatch the game. First of all,
explained that John Brown one on camera.
Exactly. So if you watch the Brown, he stopped. His run.
Josh throws it and then he stops.
Right. Okay. So that's one. I mean, worst case scenario there, it's an incomplete pass, right? They fight for the ball, whatever, it gets tipped. Worst case, not an interception, clean interception. That's one. So that's on Brown.
That was a beautiful catch by Howard. He fingertipped.
It was. Yeah, it was a nice catch. So, but that's on Brown. Yep. Okay, for not running for, I don't know what the hell he was doing. The other one on Cole Beasley, you can either say that was a Beasley or defense, because I thought the defense made a good play. You can't always blame the receivers. I think that was like one of those plays where it's like the guy got his hand in at the same time. It bounced off him in a way, and the defense was there to make a good play. Sometimes you got to give the defense credit. So I don't think that's on Josh either. It's just I don't know who that's on. I got to be honest.
Okay.
I think maybe
the fumble return, the sack fumble touchdown, the ball security. We talked about that at the beginning, Scott. I agree. Yeah. He should have secured it better, but you know what? Josh does that all the time. He gets out of it and then throws a laser, and everyone's happy. It's one of those things. He needs to do better at securing the ball when he's getting hit.
He worries me at times because he does this thing too when he takes off, where when he's running, he puts the ball outside.
Shady McCoy style. Holds it like a loaf of bread.
But he ain't Shady McCoy, right? And he's fumbled many of times like that, where a guy will from behind.
With his leg hit the ball and knocked out of bounds.
Yeah, in the beginning. Totally forgot about that. You're right. So you can't somebody has to tell him. I know it's in it. You know what? And I'm sure they do. But in the moment, he's just thinking football, doing whatever he has to do to make a play. But dude, you gotta. He worries me. And I will say this, and it's something I've been saying all season. The teams are really learning how to defend Josh Allen taking off out of the pocket. They are spying the hell out of him, and they're collapsing the pocket very well. Like, he used to be able to step up, like when the pocket was collapsing, and take off. And now teams are knowing how to collapse better, and he's just getting caught up. I don't think there was maybe one play where he got out.
Miami does it the best. Because you have to have the D-line to be able to do it, because they tried to do that last week against the Patriots, and he got outside the pocket and threw bombs.
Let me tell you, that guy Phillips is really good. I think that guy Phillips is he's going to be a problem.
Jalen Phillips, the one that the first DN when we took Rousseau, they took Phillips. He's good.
Yes.
Wilkins, as dirty as he is, he's really good.
He's a solid. He's a
They
tough
they have
signing.
a solid defensive line. They have a really
Yes.
good defensive line.
Not to mention Chubb, who came up huge, that almost got the ball back to him. They have listen.
They have Melvin Ingram, I think, there too.
Yes, they do. And listen, they still got Howard, who wasn't even his best, and he's still better than a lot of corners, not even playing on his best. So
yeah,
you
you're
can't
right,
take
Greg.
away a lot from their defense. Go ahead.
Those gunslingers all do it the same way. Favre, LA, Big Ben, they all did the same thing. You got to take the good with the bad.
It's just the way they are, guys. There's not, the only thing, like I said, though, you got to fix the mistakes.
See, I don't agree with that because they ran to cover zero that we hit big. In the second half, we missed a couple cover zeros.
We did.
Third and more than 15, yes, I will give you that, Scott, all day long.
Yeah.
We give up way too many third and longs. I'm much more comfortable with 3rd and 1 or 4th and 1 than I am 3rd or 4th and 15.
I hate it. I don't get it. 3rd and 19, we give up 23 yards.
What's going on? Welcome.
What up, man? Yeah, dicey, bro, dude, guys. Like, I was like, you know what? I don't know what it is, man. I thought in my mind we were gonna win 37-17. By the way, I wasn't feeling good, guys, all weekend, so we didn't have a preview show of what our score prediction was, and I just was not feeling. I had a stomach flu.
Power for 4 days.
Yeah, Mikey didn't have power. I had a stomach flu on Friday. So I initially, I would have said 37-17, but all night last night, man, Mikey, I was tossing and turning. You know how it is. You're anxious. And I was just thinking, man, I don't know. It's weird. You get that feeling like something's not going to go right, but you're still like, oh, this is the Buffalo Bills. We got this. They're a better team. They got Skylar Thompson starting.
I thought we would win. I thought it'd be a closer game. I didn't think they would score as many as they did.
Right.
I thought it'd be close until the fourth quarter and we'd pull away. But I also didn't foresee us just giving them short fields over and over and over.
I thought too in this game when we went up 10 again in the second half, I was like, okay, here's where we start to really.
If you notice, our defensive play calls changed. We stopped being aggressive.
Totally.
And we went to soft.
And they went right down the field. Yep. Like
before that, when we were only up a 3 or we were down, we were aggressive attacking. Second, we got a 10-point lead. We went back to soft coverage.
You know what I want to see more, and they won't. I don't know, they haven't done it all year, but
they won't do it. But
well, that's on offense too. When we go into like a 2-minute drive. We are so effective. Like when we go into this 2-minute fast-paced, up-tempo kind of drive, you see like at the end of the end of the first half, we scored the field goal. The offense was very fluid. Whenever
it goes against the type of defense they're playing too.
I get it, but I get it. But I'm saying in general, when we go up tempo, a lot of the times we tend to play a lot better when we go up tempo offense. Get to the ball, get to the line quicker, right? Oh, by the way, too, that's one thing I will say this season we've done well at. We don't get a lot of penalties for play clock. Like you see the Dolphins, they were struggling. So Dorsey is getting the play off quick. They are getting to the line quick enough to call audibles.
I just don't always like the couple plays that come in.
No, I get it, but I'm just saying, that's one thing that I will say is improved this season. We did kind of struggle sometimes last season. We were getting to the ball at 5-4.
Yeah, it took him a long time to figure out. Okay, well, a positive to Dorsey. He has conviction with what he calls. There is no ho-hum with him. There's times with Dayball that I think he's overthinking things. Dorsey, once he makes the call, and that could be that he was a quarterback, so he understands. Once I make the call, I got to own the call. I can't sound wishy-washy in Josh's ear.
And I will say too, Mikey, maybe that also is a not bad thing, but maybe that's also because he was a quarterback. That's why he's a little bit the way he calls plays more pass heavy, more let's everything has to
teams, man.
Yeah, it's all or nothing type of off. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like
I also think I do agree with you on that. I totally agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I also think part of it is he knows what he was limited by, and he sees Josh and he thinks, man, the things I could have done with that type of
It's that
arm
mentality
talent.
too. Yeah, it's that
They
quarterback
have the
mentality
same.
too.
They're both psychos.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. But listen, at the end of the day, though, we did score 34 points against a very.
Right?
I don't care what anyone says.
And
That's a
we shot
very
ourselves
good
in the
defense.
foot multiple times.
Multiple times, and that's
Had
a
a
very good
horrible
defense.
game, and we freaking scored 34.
And I listen real quick. I doubt any Dolphin fans are watching me right now, but if you are, I'll give
shout
you.
out to the Dolphins.
I got to give you credit. Yeah, like you guys
Absolutely.
came
They
to play. You came to play in Buffalo. It was a tight game. I mean,
They
honestly,
could have
so
folded shop. They could have folded shop when they went
yeah,
down 17-0, and they didn't.
yeah,
They kept
exactly.
fighting. That means, you know what that tells me? They respect their coach.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They came in shorthanded and gave Buffalo everything they can handle.
They did. They threw us. They absolutely did. But like
With
I said,
a quarterback that tied one arm behind their back.
Yeah.
That defense,
but
give them credit, dude.
I hope though that because this is a copycat league. I really hope that they see. I hope they see that the they have an answer for blitzes. They have to, because teams are going to see that we tend to.
You have to have that speed, though. You have to remember, the one thing about the Dolphins is they have a ton of teams.
They do. You're right. But still,
you have to.
Gotta have an answer
who
for
the closest people who have that team speed is the Chiefs. They're the
yeah.
But they don't have the front. They have Chris Jones, but they don't have the secondary like the Dolphins do, with Holland and X and those guys.
And on defense, though, it's flipping on defense now too. Our corners more than likely we're going to play Cincinnati. More than likely, right? Because Baltimore doesn't even have their I heard they're splitting time with the quarterbacks, by the way. So they're not even naming a starting quarter. It's going to be the other guy and the other guy. I think it's Dobbs or whatever. So going to be him and so, bro. The chances of them winning are slim. Whoever the backups are, I think one of them is called Dobbs.
Huntley.
Yeah, Huntley. Snoop Huntley, right?
Yeah, Snoop Huntley, and I can't remember the other guy's name.
I thought it was Dobbs. I could
Anthony
be wrong,
something. It's Anthony something. No, Dobbs is the one that plays in Tennessee.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, it's not Dobbs. So either way, it's two quarterbacks that are going to be splitting time. I don't think they win. Bengals are a better team. You guys saw how the first game was going, right? Our corners have to play those guys physical.
Better.
You cannot let what's been going on the last 2 weeks. Receivers wide open, or they will gash us. And I gotta say, our offense, man, has to be on point, because that's going to be a high scoring game. That's going to be a high scoring game.
You also have to remember, like our defense played fantastic today. Like they were put in in really bad positions and gave up, some field. They helped people to field goals and gave up one touchdown.
Well, yeah, 7 of it wasn't even their fault.
Yeah. Like
touchdown wasn't even their fault.
But it wasn't even that. It was like most of it. Like you didn't see the Dolphins drive down the field on the Bills but one time. Every other score happened because they got the ball at the 50 or in.
I would say the only drive that looked clean was the end, where when we were up 10, they went down and scored a touchdown.
Anthony Brown, by the way, that was his name.
Okay, I'm sorry, Anthony Brown. Okay,
yeah.
That was the only time our defense kind of just let them just go down the field. You know what I mean? Like with no. Other than that, I thought they played well today. I didn't think they played great, but I thought they played good. You know what I mean?
Good. Yeah.
But either way, I think, moving forward, it's only going to get tougher. We have to clean up mistakes, because a lot of these mistakes today could have cost us the game. That didn't happen. For instance, like I said earlier, the Nyheim Hines punt return fumble that we got the ball back.
Mm-hmm.
What if we don't, right?
Yep.
Just saying, that's one play, right?
The
Josh Allen sack fumble that Spencer Brown picked up. Got to clean some stuff up. Got to clean it up.
And I'd like to see our defense makes a few more game-changing plays. We had a few chances at the ball that we didn't capitalize on,
right?
As well. They see those bounces haven't seemed to come our way recently,
right?
So I'd like to see that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But listen, at the end of the day, it was a solid win. we got through the first round.
That's it.
We came out pretty healthy outside of Dane Jackson. I think he's the only one that left the game.
Yeah. Yep.
Elam had a cramp at the end, but he walked off the
He'll
field,
be
so
fine. He'll be
that
fine.
was fine. Other than that, I liked that we were able to get through the game and get ready
and
for
a win's
next
a
week.
win, and we're
It's
at
a
home
playoff. It's
again.
all about the wins. That's all.
Tough. These are all going to be tough games.
It's not
guys.
the college football. Style points don't matter. It's about getting the W.
That's right. And every game's going to be tough. But the good news is we're at home again.
And we're battle
tested. We're at home
now.
again. Yeah, we're at home again. That was a tough game. A lot to learn from, right? Including the coaches who could, come on. But we're at home next week again. We'll see who we play.
Only one of them was his fault, Scott. The second one he got hit blindsided as he was throwing. How is that his fault?
Right. Yeah. Scott, you're being way too tough, buddy.
You're way too tough on him.
Yeah. I
was
think you're totally
great?
wrong.
No. Was he good? Yes. Was he terrible?
He made
Absolutely not.
He made some huge. So you're going to tell me
Would you rather had Justin Herbert back there?
Right. You can't listen. You also, Scott, you have to sometimes you have to give it up to the defense. You cannot always. Right.
Who cares if we're favored or not, Scott?
Yeah, Scott, come on, buddy. Don't
get
back.
paid. They get paid too.
Hold on.
We won, Scott. We won. We scored 34 points and we won.
That's for you, Scott. I love you, but come on, bud. Bro.
Come back over. Come back over to the positive side, buddy. Come on. You can be mad. Be mad today. But you got the W.
You cannot. I know you want perfection, but this is the playoffs. Not every game's going to be the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills when we play. And it's a perfect quarterback rating and everything goes so smoothly. You know what I mean? That's not reality, man. Teams are going to bring it. Not to mention, I do got to also mention this. This is the third time we played the Dolphins. When you play your conference, your own conference, your division, I mean, right? You play them twice a year. Those teams get to know you. They know this is they them a ton. All about you. They know your weaknesses. They know your strengths. They know, right? They played you enough times. By the way, every game we played with them have been close. Nothing has been it's not like the Bills dominated the Dolphins all season, and all of a sudden now oh my God, we just fell apart and we barely won. These were all close games, right? So it's the way it is. Matter of fact, let me go back. Look at all the division games we played this year. Lost to the Jets, close game. Beat the Jets. It wasn't like a blowout. We barely beat the Jets.
Close game.
Right. We lost to the Dolphins. Barely beat the Dolphins. Another close game down to the wire. Patriots. Both really close games. I'll be honest with you. We wound up beating them, but they were close at some point.
We had a lot of close games this year that we pulled out.
Yes. So not every game's going to go the way we want it to, where it's damn, Allen threw 500 yards, 5 touchdowns nowhere. It's going to happen. You got to sometimes tip your cap to the defense. That's what they're paid to do.
He feels like Allen was reckless, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree on this, Scott.
He's been way more reckless.
Yeah,
he's been way more reckless in the past.
This year than he was last year. He has. The turnovers tell you a lot of it. Granted, some of the turnovers aren't truly his fault, but at the end of the day, he needs to make better decisions this time, and he'll be the first one to tell you that.
What were we in the red zone today? I'm curious.
Let me go back to that game. Give me a second.
Just curious, because I don't remember a red zone turnover today, which was
we didn't have. We had the stall out, I believe. But I don't know if we were in the red zone for that stall out. Red zone, we were 3 for 4.
Okay. I mean, guys, listen. Allen made some phenomenal throws today. He missed some stuff. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
He fumbled. Okay. Yeah.
But at least you own it, Scott, buddy. At least you own it. He's like, I was expecting 99-0.
Exactly. Yeah. You're not going to always get that.
It's fine, Scott. You be you, brother. If you got to be frustrated, but you know what? At the end of the day, be happy. The Bills won. And they've lived to fight another day.
That's right.
If we lose and he's reckless and you're pissed off, okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any last thoughts, Mr. Mikey, before we go?
I'm excited to see who we play next. But no matter who we play, they got to come to us. I'm guessing it's going to be the Bengals.
I can't. They wrecked Baltimore the last time they played them,
but they didn't. It was a close game with Anthony Brown at quarterback.
At the end, though, I thought the Bengals kind of.
We just watched Skylar Thompson take the Bills to the brink in the playoffs. This is also another division game.
You're right. I could be wrong. Maybe it's closer than
they lost the first time to them.
Listen, you're right. Anything can happen. It's the playoffs. You are absolutely correct. I
would love to see the Jags. I would absolutely love to see the Jags. However, deep down inside of me, I'm like, I want to beat the Bengals, and then I want to turn around and beat the Chiefs so no one can say shit.
Yeah, it's true too. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I just want to get to the Super Bowl and win it and be done with it.
I want that trophy. Give me that trophy.
All right. Well, guys, so we will be back Monday at 9:00.
Yes,
Mafia Sports Report fan base. And any last words?
Yeah. The Bills move on. That's all that matters.
Bills move on, baby. Go Bills. We love you guys. Bills Mafia #1. We're out of here. Go Bills. Peace. Yeah, well, Scott, you'll be all right.